welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana's been a practicing psychic for 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. This week, Numerology and You, Part 2.
Hi, guys. I left off last week on numerology on number 5. So what I'm going to do is go through my 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 special, by the way. It's a magic number. And then master numbers. Now, I was just talking to Kent. Like I said, am I 100% accurate? No. There's a reason that I'm not 100% accurate. Nobody can be, because it's free will. But I will say that Kent was telling me, I did a read for his wife last week, and he said I was so on the money. So say this again. What were you telling me?
Right. So we were in the car on the. That's why we weren't here. We were helping out a new show, and we're in the car on the way home. And I'd asked a question. Hey, what about the business? And you're like, hey, we've talked about the business, and then she kind of looked at me, and I said, listen, we just talk about the business, not relationships. And then, a little roll of the eyes, kind of that skepticism feel. So I sent in the question, hey, tell me where her pain is coming from. And you nailed the spot and what she thought was. And you go, listen, it might be a misalignment. And if you believe in chiropractors, I would go to the chiropractor. So she now has a chiropractor appointment coming up this week. So there you go. Hey, Jen.
Hi, guys. I also do, you have to remember, it's not me. Like, I repeat what I'm told, and sometimes your guides are talking. I'm listening. I think most anybody can do this if they're really listening. I don't think I'm that special, but I am a master teacher. So I'm helping you guys get to the point maybe where you can do what I'm doing. Okay. So anyway, and by the way, thank you for all the people that are starting to join Lana's Enchanted Sky on YouTube. Off of here on Facebook and on B216, I always say B2, I don't know why that, 216thenet.com. That is, that you guys can join me on there and watch. I do readings, I do videotapes, I do all kinds of things on there. I'm starting to teach classes. Be checking out enchantedsky.com because I'm offering classes. I'm going to start doing psychometry, and that's the art of reading objects, which you're going to be part of one day. Right. I'm going to have an object. I'm going to bring objects in, and I can teach anybody how to do that in 20 minutes. You'll be shocked because I've done the class many times already. Okay. So anyway, so we left off on number 5 because we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So watch the other first part for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm crisscrossed 5. So, cause 5, 5's half. So, all right. Where they're, number 5s are very freedom and it's the key to their happiness. Life's an adventure. I just talked to somebody yesterday that was a life path 5. I do lots of readings. I'm 25% to 35% off right now. You're saving like $25 to $35. So book a reading with me on Enchanted Sky. But she was a 5. And here she worked for the U.S. Game and Wildlife Service. Think about that. Does that match her life path? You betcha. And she's like, I love my job. I'm like, yeah, you have all that freedom. I'm like, think about it. That completely matches you. Now, for the people that don't remember how to do this, there's 2 ways. And I'm going to cover the second way. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to. You can use your name too. You're going to get 2 different numbers because I'm a 7 when I put my name together, but I am an 8 when I do my birthday. But when you do your name, it's slightly different. They mean slightly different things. So that's going to be an episode 2. So if you don't know how to do this, what you do is you take your numbers like this. You know what? I'm going to get a blackboard or I have this neon board. So yeah, I've got it. I have to.
We'll put it in the comments.
Yep. Okay. What you do is you take your number. This is my birthday, 12/19/1966. You add it together. You come up with one number, left to right. Now, if you end up initially when you've added it from left to right as an 11, you're a master number. A 21 is a master number, and a 33, and they are completely different. Although a 1 and a 2 make a 3. So you see how that is? Okay. A 1 and a 1 makes a 2. Okay. So that you understand. But you try to get it to one number. I'm an 8. And I'm going to explain that because I'm such an 8. It's not even funny. I have to laugh. We were just talking about
So what you're saying is, up there we used 7, 18, 19, 69. So you'd say 7 plus 1 is 8.
Yes. Now, 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 8 is 16, which is 7.
Okay.
Okay, do you see what I'm saying?
Yep. Plus 1, right? So you go through the 1969.
Yep, and then go through 1969, and then just go left to right and add them all together. What number do you get?
Gotcha. So in our example then.
Okay, so it'd be 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, which is 7. Then you've got 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17, which is 8. Do you see how it goes? All right. What's the final none? Like, wait, where am I?
69.
Okay. 8 plus 6 is 14 is a 5. And a 5 and a 9 is 14 is a wait.
14.
Where?
Yeah,
5 and 9 is 14, and then that's 5. So you're a 5. You're the freedom, life's an adventure. That's what, okay. So let's say we did our math right, make sure. Because I did it wrong one day. And I'm like, then I said to her, oh no. Okay. Oh, thanks, Shanna. She's like, great topic. Okay. So a 9 and a 7, you can do it this way too. 9 and 7 is 16. And then you can do the year is a 10, 15 and a 10, 5 is 6. So a 6 and is a 12. It's a 12. Yeah, it's a 5. Okay, it's a 5. So he's a 5. That's your birthday, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I forgot you're a cusper too.
I am. I'm a cusper.
You're adventurous, constantly seeking variety and change. You seldom just have just one. You love meeting new people. You hate predictability at times. You're very social, outgoing. Okay. All right. Now we're continuing on, and that was a 5 because he's a 5. So it just worked right in there, didn't it?
That's it.
Okay. So now a 6 is the caregiver and the nurturer and the balance. They seeking the balanced caregiver and nurturer. Okay. The relationship guru. So you ever meet somebody that everybody goes to because they just know everything and they seem very wise? A lot of times I can guarantee they're a number 6 because they just get it. These people are family and home oriented, and they tend to be compassionate, responsible, and reliable. Okay. They often are people pleasers. That's the one thing. Now you can be a people pleaser and still live your true self, but you can be a people pleaser and let them control you. So that can be a negative thing, by the way. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Okay. They're usually great parents. Like, wow, what a great parent. All right. You would love to be a stay-at-home parent. You are often a humanitarian and you often neglect your own needs. Now, do you see a 6 could be a 3, 2 3s? Mm-hmm. So a double 3, and that's creativity. That has a lot to do with creativity. So, but a 6, I haven't met that many 6s. For some reason, there tends to be a pattern, and the pattern tends to be you end up with 1s, 2s, 3s, 7s, 8s, and there's less of the 3s are the 4s, 5s, and 6s. There just is. Probably because a 4 is a double 2 and a 6 is a double 3, which is a 33, by the way. And I'm going to tell you about 33 because if you add all your stuff together and you ever end up with an actual 11 or an actual 33, you'll understand, because Jesus Christ, if you put his name together, is a 33. So think that I'm telling you, this is more than just coincidences.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Life path 7. Now I'm a 7 if you put my name together. And by the way, I'm going to show you that next week. I'm going to show you how to do your name. And what you do is you go 1 to 9 and you put A as a 1, a B as a 2, and you go through there and you figure out your name from birth. You have to have your birth name, your full birth name, and that gives you your number too. It's a slightly different thing than your life path. Okay. But it's still very, very true too.
Wendy says, I'm a 6. It fits perfectly.
Good, Wendy. Okay. So life path 7. Okay. You're a seeker of highest truth. you're probably the real skeptic. You're really in your head type of person. Like you have to, you don't, you, nope, you're not one of these, it's one of these like, from Missouri, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to see this. You got to show me. I don't believe you. It's like that type of person. Okay. You're a doubter and you're often kind of cynical also. Okay. They do have a love for natural beauty. So they may be an outdoor type person also. All right. This is another thing about sevens. They sometimes can be, and this is not life path. This is life path. The other one's your names. Okay. And so you could be very secretive and you wear a mask well. Okay. You're also drawn to spiritual subjects where they can process and contemplate. Remember, I told you they're skeptics. So they probably are studying metaphysics or Bigfoot, or they're probably studying this stuff going, okay, what's up with this? Let's study this some more. Okay. Now, the negative aspects of that, though, if you're out of alignment, you're not really true to yourself. You're a loner, extremely insecure. You're very pessimistic. So do you see how when you're not living your true self? Oh, and I forgot my life path 6. If you're not in your true self, let me going back a little bit. This is metaphysical meanderings. I'm going backwards a little bit. Anyway, if you're not really living your true self, this is what you end up being. You can end up being overbearing, controlling, meddling, and an extreme people pleaser. And if you guys know what I mean by extreme people pleaser, it's somebody that doesn't even know who they are because they're always trying to make everybody else happy. So do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Now,
that's if you're out of alignment.
If you're out of alignment. If you're living your true path and you're doing what you're supposed to be, you are responsible, practical. You're a great, you're happy. You notice that that's kind of what it is. Like I was just talking to Kent here that I've been out of alignment. I have been for quite a while, and I know it. And this is my alignment. That's why I'm here and I'm happy, because everybody that knows me well watches my show and goes, it's like it's like you're so happy. I can't believe how happy you are because I've been out of alignment.
It's got a lot to do with 21/6 the net. No.
That's right. No, it does. Because remember, the way we ended up with this show, it was beyond bizarre. So that's right. Like it was a phone call mistake. And I ended up talking to somebody. I ended up talking to Kent, and it was wild. It was just wild.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Of course, Jen is a 7. So,
good.
How did she do, Jen?
Okay, just a minute. I'm doing it right. Are you very much into this stuff? She is very much into this stuff, like into the metaphysics.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a 7. It's a 7 thing. You may even have some psychic ability also. It may have 7s. 7s may have it. Okay. Now, life path 8, okay, that's the path of empowerment. You're the powerhouse, okay? How to handle leadership and intense energy, power. Now, everyone has to understand, yes, Jen says. I thought so, because I talked to her. She's on my stuff, too. I see Jen all the time now. Yeah. Now, I want everybody to understand, because I'm an 8. Now, an 8 is an infinity symbol, because remember, the energy never stops. Let's think about it. It goes around and around and around and around. Now, here's the thing. And what's interesting is the powerhouse, if you look on people's charts, you're going to see there's truth to this. A lot of CEOs and stuff are like this. But also, you have to understand that in our culture, we are taught that we do not value women in power. I'm sorry, it's true. Maybe I'm not going to go politically, but I could. But women who are very powerful, people resent. I mean, it's tough being an 8 and a female, because I'm one. I have other friends that are 8s too, and people, it's difficult. But listen to what an 8 is. Okay. You have intense energy. If you can't tell, I'm really energetic all the time. It's part of being an 8. And I'm a fire sign. Do you see how they crisscross? I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sagittarius. It just crisscrosses. Okay. But these people have a broad vision and a great sense of business. Okay. I have a broad vision. You guys all know that I am trying to start a healing center. I am trying to do this with therapy horses and a combination of everything where people can just go and chill. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. And this has been my vision for 20 years. Now I know I'm a little older, but everybody said, oh, well, you could be retired now. Oh no, I'm just getting going. You just got to understand we'll live to be like that. My guides told me I'd live to be 96, which is extremely possible because my great grandfather was 99. So it's possible, but it would help me. It would help if I lived this long so I can see my vision like manifest, So anyway, how do you know what number you are? What you do, Ida, is you add your numbers together. I'm on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. I'm on 2 YouTubes right now and Facebook. Okay, what you do is, so everybody understands, you add this from left to right. That's 3, that's 4. Okay, and you just add it to, and I'm an 8. Okay, all right. Oh, Sandhya. Hi guys. I'm trying to read 2. I got 2. Oh, hi Jackie. I got a lot of people back and forth, and I'm over 500,000 people now. So there are a lot of people talking to me. Okay, right. So these people have a broad vision, great sense of business, represents ambition, material wealth, and caution. 8s are assertive and are often CEOs. I see how I view money, and because I'm an earth sign, here we go again. I'm an earth sign. So it would make sense. I would be an 8 because it's earth signs have to do with money. And it's not that I want to be rich. I'm trying to get from point A to point B. My broadest vision is I want to buy a few 100,000 acres and I want to make a national park in the state of Wisconsin. I mean, I got broad visions here because you know why? There isn't one. The land needs to be turned back the way it's supposed to be. They need to quit farming it and pouring chemicals into it, and they need to put buffalo, and they need to, you see what I'm saying? I have a very broad vision. And people are like, how are you doing this? This platform right here is going to get me there. And I know it. I don't know how. I haven't made $1 off of any of my metaphysical meanderings yet. I'm getting readings, but that's completely separate from what I'm trying to do, so that you understand. But that's my vision. I'm a huge environmentalist. I'm a huge, I love being outside. I love the land. I appreciate it. Okay. So anyway, you're confident and truly powerful, resilient, passionate. Satisfaction is never permanent. Want stability. I could have did that a little better. Let's just, you know what? Let's try this. My husband says I'm never happy. He goes, you always want more. And I'm like, yeah, that's part of being an 8. That you're just always looking to get even better, like do something at a better rate or achieve more. It's an 8. It's just part of being an 8, All right. So your negativities though, you can be power hungry, and you have to be careful of that. Now and this is something that I compare. We go again with the tarot cards, with all of it. I don't think everybody realizes, hi Mel. Oh, hi Mel. That all of this, like the tarot cards, there's a reason there's 50, there's a reason that there are 52 weeks and the most of the deck is of 52. It all correlates. There's 4 weeks in a month. There's 4 different suits because those decks were created with numerology, the zodiac, all of it's combined. Okay. And on the magician card, by the way, and I compare the being careful of the magician card because the life path would be your magician card. It has an 8 on it. It has the infinity symbol, and you have all the power and everything you've got that you need to be successful. So see how that works. All right. So, if you're negatively and you're not in alignment, you're prideful, stubborn, vengeful. You have a huge ego. You're narcissistic. You have a superiority complex. All right. And you don't like to be told what to do. So, yeah. and everybody has to be careful. I have to be careful. I don't like to be told what to do. I'll admit that to anybody. I do. And I need to quit that because there's things people can offer me that I I want to do my own thing because I also have a sense of freedom because I'm Sag. See how everything overlaps. But I need to learn that. And now I'm in alignment. If someone can offer me a good suggestion, I'll say, oh, that's a good idea. Okay. And I've worked really hard to get to that point. So, all right. So now, Life Path 9. There are not a lot of 9s out there, by the way. Did you guys know that? I'm not sure if you do. Oh, my husband says Wisconsin's is all one big park. You know what I mean. Be quiet. Okay. Ida, is our number the same as our birth date? Yes. Ida, put your birth date together. So, see, look at, there you go one more time, 12, 19. And I came up from left to right. I added left to right. It doesn't matter. I mean, they're numbers. So you can add them out of order and you still get up the same number. Although be careful because you may end up being a 13, a 21, or a 33. And that's significant. No, wait, did I say 11? No, 22. 21. Sorry. Yeah. The 21. Yeah. Because 21 and 22 are significant. Okay. So anyway, it's a long story. I'll have to get into that later. Anyway, so here's a 9. I do not find a lot of 9s. Is anybody out there that's a 9? Because a 9 is an odd. Remember that 9 is magic. Remember growing up and you would say, okay, 2 times 3, put the third finger down. See what I'm saying? You go left to right, put the third finger down. It's 27. Do you remember that? Because it's a magic number because that's 9 and then it goes to 0. Anyway, I've taught a lot of my kids throughout the years how to multiply with 9s using your hands. You can go all the way up. Okay. Because it's a magic number. And so even in Life Path, it's a magic number. Okay. It's the path of letting go. That's really what your life path is. 9 is. Yep. You're also the humanitarian. Okay. So it's your own spiritual number. That's what one of my good friends, she's one of my best friends. And I can't interview her anymore. She unfortunately has Alzheimer's. And she used to always tell me, because she was very much, numerology is what she basically did for everybody. And then she would also read tarot cards. And she always said 9 is your own spiritual number. And that's what she would say. Okay, you're a leader and you're unique because it contains 9. And because there's 9, it's versatile. 9, remember I told you 9's a magic number. I don't care. Is 9 a common expression number? What do you mean by that, Jess? I think I am. I'm sure. I think you are a 2. Ida, 1, 18, 16, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think you're a 1, 88, 16. 16 plus 1, 17 is 8, 9, 10. Ida, you're an 11. Ida, you're an 11. You better watch that. Yes, that's a spiritual number. I'll tell you that in a minute. She's an 11. Mm-hmm. Do you see how I got it, though? I went from left to right. I got the last 2 numbers were 2 1s, adding it to a 2. Yes, you are 2, but you're also an 11. So just remember that, okay? I'm going to get to that in a minute, all right? So 9 is magical. This person may be the jack of all trades. You might be the type of person that does like 18 different things. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, but I'm an 8. They're very mysterious. They have to learn. They're here to learn in this lifetime about emotions and trauma. So a lot of times these people have been through PTSD. They may have stuff like that. Okay. They are unusual. They are just different. And I've met 9s. And I would say I have a friend who is a shaman who's a 9. So there is truth to this. It really is. Okay. Your daughter's a 9, Jen. She must be mysterious and a humanitarian. Need to learn and communicate to overcome and heal. Okay. They're learning to let go of what does not serve them. They've got to heal. It's that their whole path. Every time something comes up, it has to do with this, by the way. That's why I'm trying to explain that. For me, I have this power thing. they always put me in charge. They always, you know what I mean? I'm always in charge. It just is. I just am. And it keeps coming back over and over because that's what I'm here to learn, how to deal with power. As a female, it's completely different than dealing with being a man. So okay, and this is a whole nother thing. Have Melby, we did 4 in the last episode, but I'm going to review this yet. Okay. It's hard being female, but I know at a fact, we've talked about this before. Everybody's born male or female energy. Okay. That's why when some people say, well, I really think I'm male, but I'm a male energy. I know I am, but I've come in this lifetime to be female to learn how to deal with power.
I think I'm a lazy male energy.
See, I feel Kent is female energy. And if he likes it, and some people don't like me saying that. And I'm like, no, it's a creative female energy is also very creative. They're usually artistic or artsy, or, they're very good parents. They're very compassionate people. So you have to understand what I say when I say that. Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. I'm surrounded by ladies too. So.
Well, there's a reason, because you're at heart, you're a female energy. Yeah. Do you see my point? Yeah, you have a tendency to do that too. Yeah. Now, what's some of my favorite stuff? It's funny because I'm balanced. I'm very male about certain things. Like I love football. Like, and I'm like, take no prisoners when I'm playing sports. You do not. Maybe it's that power thing, number 8, because I have to be I'm like, I'm out to hurt somebody. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying?
You see, Jen says that her daughter is a 9. She's a Libra, awesome. A Libra 9.
Okay,
super
justice and humanitarian, and see how they match. So some of the numbers. Isn't September a Libra? It's a 9.
Yeah, she's a Libra.
See 9. It? Think about that. See what I'm saying?
Wow. And
all the numbers, there's no coincidence about this.
Shayna says, I'm a 9. And so,
awesome.
So far, it sounds legit.
Good. Very much worrying about taking care of people. You may be probably an empath.
Yeah.
You probably are. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. This one's just coming through as Facebook user. I am an 8 life path. You are awesome. So correct. I am into numerology.
Vedic astrology. I love Vedic astrology. That's a whole nother episode.
Hey, let us know your name, Facebook user.
Yes, thanks. Facebook user. Let us know, because we don't know who it was.
Right. Now, remember, here on this show, the last 15 minutes is saved for you to ask questions of Alana. Of course, today might be a good.
Somebody's teasing me about the Packers. They're a Bear fan.
Yeah, good question good questions may be about numerology.
Okay. Yeah. And we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay.
So we have one more number to go.
Okay. Ida says, thank you, Lana. She's excited for me to tell her. Awesome. Right.
So we've got one more number to go.
No, we've got 3 because we've got 11. We've got the 20, the 22, and the 33.
Did you do 10?
Master numbers.
Did you do 10 or just leave off?
No, we don't do 1. That's 1.
That's 1.
Because it's a 0.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, some people believe that the 0, because there's a 0 tarot card, that it acts as that. But I don't go into that too much. Okay. But I am going to go, these are the master numbers. These are the biggies. Okay. If you're one of these numbers, you have some special stuff to do. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be honest. It's true.
So here's interesting. My family, I'm a 5. My son, who's in the Navy, is a 5.
Okay.
My middle daughter is a 5. My wife is an 8.
Okay.
Lucy, our youngest, is an 8. And Ashley is a 1.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Because 8s, do those two argue a lot?
Oh, yeah.
See, it's a power struggle. It's a power struggle between the 2 8s. Yeah. Infinity signs, So, see, I told you.
But the 5s, we all get along pretty well.
Oh, yeah. But if anybody butts heads, it would be them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Where a 5, if you think about it, so the 5s are, they want to be happy. I mean, it's the key to happiness is freedom. So they want to be happy people. So yeah, it just seems like they would probably give in over the other 2, where the other ones it's a power struggle. So
Namisha is the, if I say that right, or Namisha is the Facebook user.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mel B says, a former friend of mine was an Aquarius 9. He's still working through his traumas.
Yes. I'm telling you, there's truth to this if you pay attention, and you'll see where this has been, people studied this 4,000 years ago. We never give them credit. We always think people from the ancient times are dumb, but they understood the numbers. They understood all of this and how it interacts. And over the years with science, and I'm not saying science is wrong or bad, because I'm well educated too. I have 2 master's degrees, but they've forgotten it. And they call this a pseudoscience, but they're not paying attention. Pay attention. There is something to this. Okay.
And of course, our good friend Namisha says 9 is a martial energy as well. Or is that marital, martial energy? Does that make sense?
Oh, FM. He missed his back home. He said he was teasing me. He says he's a Bear fan.
Gotcha. 9.
You know, anybody that knows about the Midwest understands the Packers and the Bears fans. We all hate each other, but not hate each other. But, you know, it's a rival.
It is. So, yeah. 9 is a martial energy as well. A marital energy or martial energy? Has martial there.
Martial?
M-A-R-T-I-A-L. Martial energy.
Well, initial maybe, like strong. And yeah, it could. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out how you're using the word. Yeah, you could be right. Yes. Yeah, that you could use that word. Yeah, it will work. Okay. Master number 11. Now, how many people have seen 1-1-1-1 and they keep seeing it? And
she's saying 9 is connected to Mars.
Oh, okay.
Mars.
9. Thank you. And Mars is powerful.
Yeah.
And it's slightly, and they always call it, it's kind of secretive, kind of the secret, like, yeah, you are right. Okay. I was wondering, Marshall. I'm like, okay. I thought she meant like initial. Yeah. Marshall. Yeah. Anyway, master number 11 means you've been here many times. If you're seeing 1-1-1-1 and you've met somebody, that's your sign that person is probably some type of twin flame or twin soul. So I hear it all the time from people. I see 1-1-1-1 all over the place. What does that mean? Use your intuition. That's really, or you are using your intuition and your ability. So that's what that 1-1-1-1 means. Like somebody said, I woke up in the middle of the night and it was 11:11. Okay, somebody's trying to communicate. Why'd you wake up? See my point? There's something going on there, and it's deeper, and it's more within you intuitively. Okay, that's what that is when it's a master number like that. Okay, all right. Oh, go Cubs! I am a Cubs fan too. I like the Brewers, but I'm a Cubs fan. Okay, so I see that the numbers repeated. It's weird. So have you ever noticed 11's also a destiny number or a twin flame number? If you guys, that's a whole nother show about twin flames. I have one. I don't know where he's at this point. I think I got a sneaking suspicion he may be listening though. Yeah, whatever. I don't care anymore. These people have great intuitive ability and are often prophets. So they're wise because they've been here so much. Peter, yeah, you're an 8. We had talked about that. Power. How to deal with power. Mm-hmm. You're very connected souls. You are connected to other people. You got it. It's like, people have a tendency to come to you also because of that. They know you're wise. You may very well be a shaman. You very well may be a chief. That type of thing. All right. Now, when you're not in alignment with this one, and I probably should have went over the alignment for some of the other ones, but I was just, All right. Now, because like 9, I had forgotten to tell you, they end up with lots of phobias if they're not living their life they're supposed to be because of all the trauma. That's what they went through, and that's part of their path. Anyway.
Shayna says, might be off topic, but is there, and hey, nothing's off topic. This is Metaphysical Meanderings.
I'm meandering. Come on.
Might be off topic, but is there any significance to sharing natal chart placements with a partner?
Of course. But the thing is that they have to understand too. Like do you know what I'm saying? They have to, I would tell you about 3 years ago, I thought this was a bunch of baloney. I'm going to be honest, this zodiac stuff, because I was already a psychic and I was already practicing. And something in me started saying, hey, there's something to this. And what got me going was the fact that my 3 children are Capricorn, a couple days apart, and they're different as night and day. Well, why? Well, when I started saying the sun, the moon, and the rising sign, they fit them to a T. I mean, like I'm a Pisces moon. My one daughter's a Pisces moon, and she's a Capricorn sun. Well, I'm a Capricorn cusp. See what I'm saying? And if any of them are the most like me, it's my middle daughter. Well, the middle daughter, Pisces moon, I fought with my mother. Pisces moons have a tendency to fight with their mother. It's just part of the chart. She and I cannot get along. Sometimes we've gotten better as we've gotten older, but we're also just alike. So see what I'm saying? And my granddaughter is a flip of me. And I always say she's a little me. And she knows it too. She's like, I am like you. We have a lot. And we're flipped. I'm a Sagittarius Pisces. She's a Pisces Sagittarius.
Of course, everyone, you're listening to 21/6 The Net. And thanks to the 500,000+ people out there listening live right now on the radio. If you want to know more about what Lana does, reach out to her at www.enchantedsky. That's Enchanted Sky with an E, so skye.com. There's a phone number there. She is absolutely fantastic and spot on. So again, check her out at www.enchantedsky.com or reach out to us here at 216thenet at Gmail.
Or join my YouTube, because some of you are not on my YouTube. It's Lana's Enchanted Sky. Mm-hmm. And you'll see me, and I got all kinds of stuff on there. And this will be appearing on there as well as my own.
So Jen says the number 9 is big in martial arts as well. Shapes, directions, and parts of the body.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, of course, because think about the power of it. And it's also intuitive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get it. 9's magic. I'm telling you, magic number. Any of us that have taught it all in the public schools or at littler kids understand 9's the magic number.
Is 1 the loneliest number? Just kidding.
I know. Actually, no, because they're number 1. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. All right, Pete. Number. Yep. Give us a few more minutes, Pete. We'll open up to questions.
I'm almost done, and I'm ready to take questions.
Yes.
So, master number 11. If you're out of alignment, that means that you're not living your true purpose. You're a master number. You've been here. You give wise counsel. You know, if you've got a point where people won't listen to you and you're a 1, you're a 1, you're 11, you're going to have anxiety, fear, phobias. You could also be a religious zealot because you're not in alignment. Now, here's my master 22. Okay. Now, 21's another number by itself, and I'd have to get to that. That's probably a whole episode. But anyway, if you added it together and you got 2 2s, and then your last time you add it together from left to right is a 4. Think about it. It's 2 2s. So back up and look. If you're a 4, okay, listen to me. If you're a 4, you might be a 2 2. Take a look at it and look at it again. Okay? Because you are able to use all your tuition. Like, you're really, really good. You can make things become reality. You're able to manifest really super well. Okay. These people have huge potential, like huge potential. Like, you're hoping that you can even, like, the thing that you came to accomplish, you can accomplish because you've got lofty goals. Okay. You have good leadership, you have great leadership skills, and you have really high self-esteem. You're not one of these people that's going to let them, pounce you into the ground and walk on you. Okay. They're deep philosophical thinkers. Okay. So now think about that, and backing up to a 4. Okay. You're achieving goals. So do you see how you can be a 4 or a 22. Okay. You see how that goes? Because number 4 is a hard worker. But if it's a master number of 22, you're probably doing this using your intuition. Yeah. See how that goes? Okay. Now, this is the last one. This is my favorite number because it blows people's minds. Oh. But a master 33 is a master teacher. It's they're humanitarians. They're the ultimate teachers. They are like transcendented dental meditation specialists, or they are probably ascended masters. If you don't know what ascended masters, keep watching. That's another show. Keep telling Kent. I probably got 8 years of this stuff because there's so much of this. And when I broadened it, and I'm including UFOs and Bigfoot and all this cool stuff, because this is cool stuff to me, I could do this forever. And I know so many people. So Anyway.
So before you jump in there, of course, Ramet says, hey, Metaphysical Meanderings. These days lie in the news as the news channels tend to lean towards the ruling party.
Yes.
And then asks, does telepathy work?
Yeah. Yep. Telepathy works because I can tell you that I have people in my life and I can tell you what they're doing right now. Now, how can I do that? And Kent knows that he's seen me do it. And I've literally gone, okay, go call them right now. Are they eating cereal? And they'll be like, yes. I have no idea what it works, but this is an energy thing, by the way. Okay. I don't know how to explain it, but I do know that you're able to walk out of your body at times. And some people are better at it than others. And that's what it has a lot to do with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
now, Master 33, you are the master. I mean, everybody comes to you. You probably are going to save the world. Jesus Christ, when you add his name left to right, is a 33. He is a master number.
Do you so it's just the first and last name, or do you put the H in there in the middle initial? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jesus H Christ.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
No.
But they are probably shaman. They have to be teachers. They have to be people.
So it's just first and last name. So it'd be.
Well, that's my whole next episode.
Yeah. Okay.
But a 33, if you meet a 33, you will know you've met a 33 because they are very rare. And it's the way, I know this sounds, but we all know how numbers work. Numbers have patterns. Okay. Yeah. And anybody do you know anybody who has a 33? Because I don't. I know one person, and that person is a shaman. Wow. And he as a medicine man and a shaman. So, and that's the only 33 I've ever met. And so pay attention, okay? Because some people may be it and may not. Love of Truth said she's a 11111. 1111, yeah, yep. I just have never seen that pattern. Now, if you end up being a 33 and don't realize it, and you've added yourself together, you're a caregiver, a nurturer, and a relationship guru. But do you see how a 33 is? Because they have all the knowledge. They are an ascended master. And see, that's another show too. But the ascended masters are the people that are guiding all of the humanity. Okay. I think at one point I had a list of a couple of 33s, and it was incredible who was on there. They really are 33s. It was like, I'm not going to say anything for sure. It was just interesting. So yeah, you are okay. Cause it's just about ready though to take questions. So we mess up here all the time. It's okay. But let's see, what do we actually sometimes my parents come to me with problems. I tell them I just like my parents came to me with their problems. Yeah, because you're wise, because we just talked, didn't you say you were you were like a 9? I mean, it's a rare thing to be. So okay. Oh, Desiree says her husband is a 33. Is he extremely wise? I'm hoping that he was using that to his benefit. Because if you don't use it to your benefit, you end up being overly emotional and you can't handle things. Like you would be suicidal. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of thing. I know that sounds like bad, but if you weren't living that true path, okay? All right. All right. So I want to give my clear and better readings for others. What do I need to do? Okay, hold on, Jen. All right. 7 long metaphysical student usually receive guidance and messages. Okay. A Reiki man. Oh, I didn't know you were a Reiki master, Jen. Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So now we are to the point that everybody's already asking questions.
That's right. They're coming in.
Here they come. FM, are you? Oh, they're saying because you did Old Souls. Yes, you can be a peacemaker also. FM. Yes, you're right. My life path 8 from my name is an 8. Wow, that's unusual. You're a double 8. I will get to that next week, okay, Mel? Because you'll have a different slightly different life path from your name usually. But that's interesting. She's an 8-8. Like, yeah, lots of power. Okay, so now we've got questions. Go ahead. So this is my time when I open it up. You can ask me one question. If you want a longer reading, please visit Enchanted Sky. I'm really cheap right now. I came down like $25 to $35 on my readings.
Okay.
So for February, because people love readings, so I thought it would be.
So Pete has one for Mary Catherine, his wife, would like to know if now is a good time to get a new puppy.
Now, no. Wait until about April. Besides, Peter, you won't find it. The right puppy will come your way about April, late March, early April.
There you go.
Okay, that was easy. Okay, so Jen is asking me this question, and it's okay. Questions for spirit guides. I want to give clearer and better readings for others. What do I need to do to get better at it? Practice and practice and practice and practice. I'm going to tell you that. Yes, my life path is a 7. See, and remember we told you being a 7, you're into the intuitive, you're into the, the esoteric arts. Okay. How to give a better reading. You have to practice. I was just talking to Ken about this. I am giving so many readings at this point. I'm quicker and more to the point than I've ever been. Because I'm like, bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, next. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing, and I am getting clearer. My thing is I still need to work on is hearing their names clearly. Because I am a medium and I'll hear your family. For instance, I had this, and this is even weirder. This will even get funnier. Had a person that last night or the night before said to me, who's coming through, and I'm describing him, and I said, I swear his name is Eli or something. He go, oh, no, that I don't have anybody like that. Well, 5 minutes later, she goes, well, my grandpa, Alonzo. Do you hear how close Alonzo, Ellie are close to each other? Now, here's gets weirder. So the next night I said, yeah, well, I had somebody doing that. And they said their name was not Eli, it was Alonzo. And dead silence on the other side of the phone because I was telling him a story, right? Something compelled me to tell him my story. And he goes, my grandpa's name's Alonzo. From a completely different person in another country. So, yeah. Wow. So anyway, Jen, just keep at it and keep practicing. You'll get better and better and better. I ask for help sometimes. I'm working at hearing names better. And so I pray. I pray before I start my readings. And it does help. Okay? Because, God is controlling all this. You know that, right?
And have you always been clear hearing, or did you practice?
You know what? When I first started this, I didn't even know I had any ability. I knew that my mother did. And it runs in the family. And so the first time I did it was I was doing Reiki healing, and the person's laying, and if you know anything, you put your hands in their aura, and and I looked at the person and I go, do you work at so-and-so? And did you blah, blah, blah? And I'm just completely reading them. And they look at me funny, and I look at my best friend who's standing next to me. We look at each other, and she goes, you're a psychic, right? She goes, are you like a medium too? And I go, I have no idea. But honestly, I had been using my talent the whole time.
Sure.
I have I've always taught special ed initially before I was an art teacher. And I always knew what those kids needed, just as an instinct. Mm-hmm. And one of my bosses told me she wishes she could bottle what I did with them because I always knew what they needed. I was using my intuition then. I just wasn't completely conscious of it. So, okay. So I got this feeling a lot of you guys are too. You have the intuition. You know what I'm talking about even when I say it. You just have to make it to the forefront more. Where I'm also not doubting my confidence. Where a lot of you guys have all this ability, but am I right? You probably are. If you go with it, you are. And if you ever see me, when I say something very quickly and I just go on to say, you better believe what I said, because it's not me talking. I'm channeling it from my guides.
Yep.
Whose Dances in the Wind is one of them. But anyway. All right. So thank you. Have you always been a clear hearing, or did you practice? My hearing, this is what I find about this, you guys. If you are a visual person, you're kinesthetic, visual, auditory. If you are a visual person, you will see vision. I use both because I'm an art teacher. So but I'm a very auditory learner. If you tell me something, I won't forget it. But I also learn visually. So I'm using both of them. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you guys are, if you're sentient, means that you're picking it up, like it feels like Like sometimes I do that, but I would say about most of the time it's auditory for me, but I'll see, or sometimes it's olfactory. Ooh, but last night I got somebody who was smoking a pipe, and did your grandpa smoke a pipe? And they go, yeah. And I'm like, I can smell it. So you're using all of them, but there's usually one that's more prominent than the others is my point. For me, it's auditory. I can see you, I can describe you, but I hear them talking to me very clearly because I'm an auditory learner. Okay.
Mel B says, what if I resonate with 22, understand with a 13-4 combination? I was born on May 16th, 1999.
Mel, okay. Mel, it depends on how you're adding. Adding together, 6 is 12 is 3. Is 4, is 13 is 4. Do you see how I'm adding? Add it from left to right. And that does sometimes happen. She's wondering about her numbers and how it resonates for her. I would still say, do you understand though you're a 22, but you're also a 4? Okay. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm going to tell you, you'll understand better next week because I'm going to show you how to do your name too. And it's important to have your birth name. You have to have your full name. So even if you have junior on there, you have to add that. Everything, and you'll get one number too. And you combine that number to this life path number. And that's how you get it. So don't be surprised if it really resonates with that way for you too, Mel, okay? Do you hang out with other people with shared talents? You betcha I do. That's the only. Okay. What would that coffee clutch be like? You want to know what it's like? Shanna, it's all people sitting around in a large group going, well, I think that aren't you going to be going over to next year and taking a new job? And you go back and forth and we kind of read each other. And that's really all I hang out with just because they get me. I don't have to constantly explain myself. You know what I'm saying? And you get to be good friends with them. And also, this is a very interesting thing, is that you get, after I've read you and you're like a client, it's like you get into my chart or something and I end up being very, very good friends with you. And so it's like, so if you ever see my phone, there's just lines of people because these people, I have a friend in New York. I originally got to be friends with her on a psychic line. And we started talking so much. I finally said to her, don't be paying me anymore for this. You know what I mean? Call me. And so I'm going out this summer to see her.
Sure.
But the coffee clutch is like, well, some people call it a coven. I don't, because I don't consider myself Wiccan or anything.
Yeah, right.
But people consider it kind of like that. But yeah, we all have the same talents, sorta, and we offset each other.
We need to see the aura.
Yes.
When you're all there.
Oh, you know what?
That would be a cool color. Right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah. The energy is like really, really intense, I guess. Yeah. I always have a solstice bonfire, and they're all psychics, and there's about 30 of us, and we're all sitting around a fire, and people are like, they said the energy is like, there's like, you can feel it when you even come near.
See it from space.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. See it from space. Okay. So, let's see. Wish I had
any other questions. This is the time to ask.
Lori, will Alice get her government? Okay. Will Alice get government jobs soon? It's going to be longer than you think. Okay. I want to say it would be July or August. Okay. And if you're from the Midwest to Chicago too. Okay. I just watched the start and I've been like you. I'm an 8. Yep. FM. Okay. You're at 8 too. Yep. Oh, and you have a Jeep too. Anybody that knows, he knows. I got this bright yellow Jeep and there's just like, I got stickers all over it. And I kind of like made it my own.
It's a little piece of sunshine rolling down the road.
And then, and then what's the license plate? Sun E3. Because a 3 is creativity. There's a reason I chose 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Jen says, do you guys speak in half sentences because you know the second half already?
Yes, we do. I do that.
She does that with sleep.
You know what's really interesting is what happens is you end up with your charts overlapping. I had a friend, and I'm kind of arguing with her right now, but I'll make up with her. Anyway, it's a long story.
It's in the stars.
It's all, yeah. Which her relative started my phone's going off.
Yeah, that's good.
People are contacting me. I started talking to her ancestor. Her ancestor came through and was talking to us. And now he comes to me in my dreams and talks to me. So that's interesting, huh?
Shayna wants a ticket to the next bonfire.
You know how many people have said that? They're like, yeah, there was like, and then what we were doing is I invited people for free readings is what it happens. And just to have a good time on solstice, was it solstice? No, yeah, it was no, I don't know. No, it was solstice. It wasn't equinox. Equinox is June. Yeah, it was solstice. Yeah, but yeah, people. Hey, they always tell me it's a good time. I'll invite you guys. We'll have one of these days I'll have a show
from the bonfire,
and whoever wants to come, and I'll have a big bonfire because I have acreage.
There you go.
Hey, yeah.
Plenty of parking.
Charge $1 because that way you can help me buy my healing center. And
there you go.
So
charge $1 for parking.
Well, you can just park out by my horses. So
trying to help you make money.
There you go. All right. I'm a software engineer and can build whatever you need. Oh my God, FM, you need to talk to me. Maybe that I've been praying for somebody like that because I'm having a lot of trouble with GoDaddy. And yes, I'm gonna call them out on here because I have called them 4 times for 4 hours. Everything's messed up.
They're usually pretty good. But yeah, FM, you should reach out to us at 216net@gmail.com as well.
I do need, I'm at a point, you guys, I do need help. I'm getting really super busy. And I'm going to ask my husband. I mean, my head spins. And what I'm doing is I'm sticking money away. I'm sticking money and anything I'm making, I'm trying to put away. And I'm giving, I'm not making a whole lot, trust me. But I am trying to save up for, and so you have to understand, I'm a horse person. I raise and train horses. It's genetic. My daughter inherited it. She raises and trains horses. She wants to get her degree in equine therapy. And listen, it gets even weirder. My cousin, my dad's first cousin, is an equine therapist, raises and trains horses because it's genetic. Everybody raises and trains horses. And my daughter is going to get trained by her. So there's an ulterior motive to all of this. And we've been trying to get this together. And my daughter's a teacher. All 3 of my kids are teachers. So, my third one, that's a whole nother issue. But anyway, let's see. What else do we got here? Any more questions? Oh, we're almost out of time.
Yeah, any more questions?
FM. Wisconsin Dells. Okay. Do you live in Wisconsin Dells? That's cool. I want to move up there. I used to live up in the Griffless area near La Crosse, Wisconsin. I lived up there for 2 years when I went to school. I
love La Crosse. Yeah.
My husband's a master number. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions?
This is the time to ask.
Ask them now because we only got like 1 minute.
That's right.
So usually, let me read because some of the people yell at me because I miss a question. Tamika was on here last week and she's like, "You missed my question." I didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
Okay. What do you see me going back to work, Anna, before or after surgery? After surgery. And it's not real late after surgery. It's like before you're even completely recovered, you're going to get a chance to go back. So whenever you're having your surgery, I want to say March. Are you having it in March or April? It feels like that. Okay. And you'll be going back then. Okay. I'll keep working on the ideas in the meantime. Yep. FM, you're cool. All right. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I'm going to go up a little bit.
Check it out.
Because people yell at me.
Always important.
Okay, what are you doing? Going back to Anna? Oh yeah, Anna asked it twice. See, it resonates with me. Gets it. Haha. Yep. Okay. 11 and I think I got them. Right now. All right. Alice. Okay. Remember, I've got 2 screens, you guys. Okay. Okay. All right.
All right.
There we go.
That's going to put a time just almost at the end. Once again, reach out to Lana at EnchantedSky.com. That is her website. You can go on there and literally it is a beautiful website. If you're out there right now, what I'm going to do is let me just pull it up here. Let's see. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to stop that. And what we're going to do is we will just pull in her her website so you can kind of get a feel for what it is.
Oh, thank you.
Out there. And
awesome.
Here this should be.
JanetSky.com. I love yellow and turquoise. That's why. Yeah. And I love the sun.
So that should be, there's a nice number there, 608-322-7070, but go to Enchanted Sky, SKYE.com, and you can chat with her. She can give you readings, and right now there's a discounted
25 to 35% off.
25 to 35% off. But she's here every Saturday morning at 9:30 Central U.S. time on 21.6 The Net. Why? Because she got caught in the net. And that is why. But go to her YouTube channel, like it, subscribe, ring the bell. Do the same for us. We're going for 2016 subscriptions this year. So what we want you to do is go to our page as well. And you can catch every one of Lana's shows on there as well. But on hers, you're going to get deeper because she'll do readings and numerologies and things. Right? Absolutely. Cool. So for all of us here at 21.6 The Net, thanks for tuning in this week. Yep. We'll see you next week.
Right. Bye. There you go. I had